Right now at 5, Wisconsin's Supreme Court candidates face off in their only scheduled debate.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Voters today are hearing directly from Wisconsin Supreme Court candidates. Our sister station WISC hosted former Justice Dan Kelly and Judge Janet Protasewicz for their only debate before the April 4th election. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us live in studio to share some of the issues that they covered. Good evening, Emily.
Ken, today's debate focused on a variety of issues, from redistricting to campaign spending. So one concern in particular was fairness on the bench. Kelly is endorsed by multiple conservative justices, as well as the Wisconsin Right to Life, while Protasewicz is endorsed by Wisconsin's Democratic Party. Both candidates fielded questions about how those endorsements could affect their decision-making.
Conversations we had were this. Will you pledge to follow the law? Will you uphold the Constitution? Will you do the job of a justice in simply using existing law to decide the cases that come before the court? And that's the same pledge I make to everyone, regardless of the issue involved that might come before the court.
I have been very clear about my values to the electorate because I think the electorate deserves to know what a person's values are, rather than hiding them. I think the electorate deserves to know. I've also been very clear that any decision that I render will be made based solely on the law and the Constitution.
In your application. So WisPolitics.com estimates that over $30 million have been spent on this year's race. Ken?
All right, now, Emily, the April ballot will also be asking voters if they want to change the state constitution to allow judges to consider previous crimes when setting cash bail. How did the candidates reply to that?
So, Ken, Kelly says he supports it because he feels it will speed up the process for judges. And Protasewicz also says she supported the amendment but would take it a step further by not allowing extremely dangerous offenders to post bail at all. Ken?
All right. Thanks very much, Emily. We will have much more on the debate topics coming up tonight at 6. In the meantime, today was the first day of early in-person voting. La Crosse voters can vote at City Hall 8 a.m. to 4 through this Thursday. Hours are the same next week except for Friday, when polls will be open from 8 to 5. Remember to bring a photo ID. If you need to register, be sure to have a proof of residence with you as well. If you received an absentee ballot in the mail, you can return it during those hours, but do not use the drop box outside City Hall. There are only 2 more information sessions about the La Crosse School District referendum. The last virtual session coming up this Thursday evening, 6 to 7:30. Meanwhile, the last in-person session will be March 28th at the Hogan Administrative Center. That meeting will go from 6:30 to 8 that night. The sessions will explain more about the district's referendum, which is asking voters to approve an extension of the 2018 operational referendum. All right, let's switch gears, talk some weather with our chief meteorologist, Bill Graw.
Another nice early spring day across the region. In fact, check out these high temperatures, 50+ degrees out at the La Crosse Airport for the second day in a row. I can actually update that 52 to an official high of 53 now, 52 in Viroqua, 50 in Winona, and even some mid to upper 50s, 56 in Prairie du Chien, 58 in Boscobel. Sorry, folks in Eau Claire, you've got more snow on the ground up there, and temperatures have definitely been chillier. 38 for you folks, a high of 40 in the Twin Cities. Now, we had kind of a mix of sun and clouds through the day, mostly cloudy now as some additional clouds are starting to roll in again from the south and west. Eventually, some of that moisture off to the west will start to fill in and move into parts of our area with a chance for some mainly light rain showers overnight. 52 degrees still in La Crosse, 50 in Winona and Viroqua, still 55 in Prairie du Chien. Again, that chillier 38 in Eau Claire. So mostly cloudy. Chance of rain showers overnight, maybe some snow showers mixed in far north, but lows in La Crosse around 40 degrees, so plenty warm enough to keep any liquid that falls well, in liquid form, so to speak. Could see another batch of rain and snow showers tomorrow night, and that's going to be kind of the trend over the next 8 days. Kind of every other day, we'll have at least a slight chance for some light precipitation. We'll talk details in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Back on the news side of things this evening, Wisconsin Democrats are resurrecting a bill to repeal the state's 1849 abortion ban. Governor Tony Evers and Democratic colleagues reintroduced the measure at a press conference today. Democrats introduced the bill last June before the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, but the Republican-controlled legislature rejected the bill. Now, Evers says statewide poll data shows where Wisconsinites stand on abortion access, and that Democrats will continue to fight for, quote, the will of the people.
What this bill will do is simple. It will restore access to safe, legal abortion in Wisconsin to what it was on June 23rd, 2022, nothing more and nothing less.
Democrat action comes a week after Republicans introduced a bill that would allow exceptions for rape and incest to the state ban and also clarify abortions to protect the health of the mother. Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos called that bill a, quote, reasonable middle ground. Now, Evers said last week he would veto that bill because Wisconsin women would have fewer abortion rights than when Roe was in place. Viroqua is now home to a brand new child care center. The center is owned by Viroqua area schools and is expected to address a child care shortage in the area. According to a district administrator, over 250 children in Viroqua need care, and parents have been forced to make ends meet.
We have multiple that are live here, work here, but are driving to other communities for child care, grandparents, or flexible schedules with every day maybe somebody different that's watching their child.
The new learning center's capacity is 110 people. For now, the center will care for 40 children. Learning Center is hosting an open house. Community members are welcome to attend. We've got more details on our website, news8000.com. Nationwide, diabetes patients have been struggling to get medication because those same medications are also being prescribed for weight loss. Closer to home, a pharmacist from Gunderson Health System says those shortages are starting to ease up. People with diabetes rely on medications like Ozempic to help them control blood sugar, and going without the medication or rationing it can lead to more health issues.
When they can't get it, they're at risk for complications related to diabetes, high blood pressure, at risk of a heart attack, kidney disease, eye damage from high blood sugars.
Ozempic is labeled as a diabetic medication. You may also have heard of Wegovy, which is labeled as a weight loss medication. It contains the same medication as Ozempic, but at a higher dose. Its popularity across the U.S. is increasing as people see celebrities tout the effects on social media, and telehealth companies make it easy to get a prescription. Now, Wegovy will help people lose weight, but Ertz says it's not a permanent fix. Diet and exercise are key to getting healthier.
It's a hard thing. Sometimes treatment is necessary. But again, the lifestyle change is what is going to make it successful. If you don't change your lifestyle, when you stop taking that medication for weight loss, the weight's going to come back.
Ertz says the demand for Wegovy is increasing, but the cost is also high. He says since it's labeled as a weight loss drug, most insurance plans won't cover it. It costs roughly $900 for a month's supply. It is no secret Oktoberfest brings an economic boom to the La Crosse area, but just how much might surprise you. A study from UW-Whitewater estimated that last year's Oktoberfest weekend had a $26 million impact on La Crosse's economy. That's $11 million more than the previous study found back in 2014. Explore La Crosse's executive director says this directly impacts the local workforce.
Those dollars that are spent in our stores, our dining rooms, the restaurants, the hotels and so forth, helps support jobs throughout our entire area.
And he predicts that this year's Oktoberfest will match, if not surpass, that 2022 amount.
Oktoberfest is fun. Chance to introduce the area to people that maybe haven't been here before or have taken a little break because of the pandemic and are comfortable now coming back and rediscovering or discovering the La Crosse region.
Now, the festival's board of directors will begin preparing for this year's Oktoberfest starting next week. Just ahead, protests continue to form over the looming indictment of former President Trump. We'll be right back with both those details and much more right after this.
I expect a lot from myself, today at school and in my life. That's why I love Aquinas. They expect a lot from me too. So they give me teachers who care and financial aid. There's tons of clubs and service organizations that will look great on college applications. I can save money on college by taking courses through Viterbo University during junior and senior year. And maybe get through Viterbo in just 3 years. That's huge. I'm doing it, and you can too, at Aquinas Catholic Schools.
Honey, I'm home. I picked us up a vacuum and I got us some toilet paper.
Well, let's give it a shot and see how it works.
I see trouble for these two.
Oh, come on, junk. Honey, I'm home. I picked us up a new vacuum and I got us some cat litter.
Will he ever learn?
And another one added to the pile. Honey, I'm home. And this time I went to A1 Vacuum.
My hero.
Dan Kelly and his friends are lying about Judge Janet Protasewicz.
He wants to scare you because he can't talk about his own record.
Dan Kelly has never sentenced a single criminal to prison.
Not one.
That's a fact.
And as a private attorney, Kelly got rich defending sex predators who posed as youth ministers to sexually assault young girls.
That's the truth.
The bottom line is that Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe.
He's an extremist
who doesn't care about us.
From the beginning, they were applauded. The music that sold over 100 million records. Chicago. May 10th, 7 p.m. La Crosse Center. The music of Chicago. May 10th, 7 p.m. La Crosse Center. On sale now at the box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. Chicago. Chicago's new album, born for this moment, with the hit song, If This Is Goodbye. Available now.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford SUV to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Extra security measures are in place in New York, D.C., and other spots around the country as the nation waits to see if former President Trump is indicted. Michael George has the latest from New York City.
A handful of demonstrators gathered outside the Manhattan District Attorney's office Tuesday, calling for an indictment against former President Donald Trump. DA Alvin Bragg is leading the investigation into allegations that Trump may have falsified records to hide campaign finance violations in connection with a 2016 payment his former fixer Michael Cohen made to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
It makes no sense. It's desperate, and their key witness is Michael Cohen, and I think that says everything that you need to know.
Outside Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, protesters rallied in support of the former president and current 2024 presidential candidate. Trump has denied any wrongdoing. Republican allies call the investigation politically motivated.
This was 7 years ago, statute of limitation. And I think in your heart of hearts, you know, too, that you think this is just political. And I think that's what the rest of the country thinks, and we're kind of tired of that.
Security has been beefed up around the Capitol after President Trump called on his supporters to protest. He made similar comments ahead of the January 6th riot. Barricades have also been put in place outside the courthouse in Manhattan. Every NYPD officer, including plainclothes detectives, were ordered to wear their full NYPD uniforms today. A police source tells CBS News officers were also told to be ready to mobilize. If indicted, Trump would become the first president in U.S. history to be charged with a crime. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
It's unclear when the grand jury will complete its work and reach a decision on whether to indict. Coming up, more confidence in the banking sector. The U.S. Treasury Secretary is reassuring banking officials that government intervention is still in play to protect deposits of all customers.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. 53 degrees, second day in a row hitting 50 or above, and pretty much even Steven for the month. 11 of the days we've seen a below average high temperature, 10 of the days an above average high temperature. Now what do the next 8 days have in store? I'll have the answer after the break.
During the floor closeout sale going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to 50% on select Stearns & Foster floor models. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
You've wanted to replace your old siding. You've been thinking about it forever. Maybe you've even painted it, yet it's still not where you want it to be. Well, we've got great news. It's affordable. Right now, we're front-loading work for spring installs, and we're passing the savings on to you. Call now to receive your free estimate, and we'll take 20% off your new siding project. Plus, we'll donate $50 a square to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater La Crosse. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home, build our community.
Rise and shine. Today you start a new and exciting adventure. So step up and dream big. At the School District of La Crosse, let curiosity guide you, not fear of the unknown. Meet friends, learn and play. Embrace change. Discover hidden talents. And let loose your unbridled potential. Build a better future. Because here, anything is possible. The School District of La Crosse. Dream, believe, achieve.
I don't like Dan Kelly.
I think he's corrupt.
First of all, he recused himself from the Zignego case because of ethical concerns.
Then he took $20,000 from Zignego and his family.
After he got the money, he unrecused himself so he could judge the case.
That's not something a judge with any ethics would do.
That's textbook corruption.
It's all in the public record, too.
Dan Kelly is too corrupt.
He's too extreme.
And he doesn't care about us.
During the floor closeout sale going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to 50% on select Stearns & Foster floor models. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Federal officials seek to calm some nerves about the U.S. financial system, declaring that the banking system is safe and secure for all. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen delivered that message during an address to the American Bankers Association meeting in Washington, but the message was meant for anyone who has their money deposited in a U.S. bank. Skylar Henry has more details from our nation's capital.
Banking stocks are up after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen reassured America's bankers that the government may still step in to protect the deposits of all of their customers, just like it did with Silicon Valley and Signature Banks.
Our intervention was necessary to protect the broader U.S. banking system, and similar actions could be warranted if smaller institutions suffered deposit runs that pose the risk of contagion.
Intervention may also still be necessary for First Republic Bank, despite nearly a dozen larger banks pouring in $30 billion to keep it from failing.
We're continuing to monitor conditions closely. My team and I have been in close communication with many of you.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the investment may not be enough to save First Republic.
Despite 11 banks putting $30 billion into First Republic, $70 billion has left that bank this month.
This comes as the Federal Reserve has begun a two-day meeting to discuss whether it needs to raise interest rates again to continue to combat inflation. Some investors are calling for the Fed to hold off on raising rates because higher rates are at least partly to blame for the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank in California. On the other hand, not raising rates may send a signal that the Fed is concerned about the banking system.
If we are really believing that this is mostly about confidence and we need to shore up confidence, I hear that the most likely path for this two-day meeting is a 0.25 percentage point increase.
Fed Chairman Jerome Powell will announce the decision Wednesday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
All right, in the meantime, it has been a warm start to the week for the La Crosse region. Let's send it over to Bill with the latest.
Yeah, finally some 50-degree temperatures to talk about yesterday and today once again as well. Now, we did see plenty of sunshine for much of the day, but clouds have rolled in. But there are the numbers. 53 was the high today. Morning low of 30, so a little bit above average. Averages are 48 and 28. Records 75 set in 1911, 3 below the record low set in 1965, and no rain or snow across the region today. 52 degrees with a mainly cloudy sky, still 53 downtown here at the station. Winds generally from the east at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. 4, and the Mississippi continues to rise. Very common with the spring snowmelt underway. 5.68 feet, that ground thawing out as well. 38 degrees, mostly cloudy for you folks in Eau Claire. I can see a few shadows though coming off the cars, so at least some filtered sunshine. 31 degrees is what it feels like with an easterly breeze at 10 miles per hour. So we've got a couple things in play in terms of how warm you are. Now temperatures in the 40s and 50s, even some 60s over the Central Plains. We've got a stationary front sitting right across the area from west to east. So if you're north of that front, you're quite a bit chillier, mid to upper 30s. Also, there's a lot of snow on the ground still up here, so that comes into play as well. Kind of the cooler effect is what I like to call that. 52 degrees in La Crosse, 55 in Prairie du Chien, 56 in Bosqueville. Again, a lot of these areas are mostly snow-free, not completely snow-free, but plenty of snowless ground in those areas. You can see where that frontal boundary resides right about here, where winds are more of a southeasterly component south of the front, and then easterly component to the north and near that frontal boundary. Now that front tried to squeeze out some light rain or snow showers earlier today. A lot of that didn't even reach the ground. Otherwise dry upstream right now. But see this batch of moisture, that could expand southward and then cross the area overnight tonight as a couple areas of low pressure bring one batch of rain and snow showers tonight. Another one brings a chance of rain and snow showers tomorrow night. So Sky Tracker shows that batch of rain showers, especially near and north of Interstate 90. Maybe some snow showers far north, even north of Eau Claire. That quickly moves out. So the better part of our Wednesday is looking dry. And then Wednesday night into Thursday, still some question marks on how far north this next batch of rain and snow showers will get. Sky Tracker keeps most of it to our south. Other models do bring it farther north into our viewing area, so I can't completely discount that, and perhaps even lingering into part of our Thursday morning, but much of Thursday afternoon is looking dry. Now zone forecast for tonight, upper 40s or 30s to around 40 degrees in the La Crosse area and southern parts of the area. That's why if anything falls tonight, it will fall in liquid form for most areas. But as you get near and north of Interstate 94, lower to middle 30s, so maybe some snow showers mixed in some of those spots. So for tonight, 40 in La Crosse, mostly cloudy with that chance of mainly rain showers. Again, some snow showers far north. Any showers will end early tomorrow morning. The bulk of the day dry. 51 for the high. Again, that next chance of a batch of rain and snow showers tomorrow night may be lingering into Thursday morning. Otherwise, every other day. Saturday, Monday and Wednesday, at least slight chances for some light rain and snow showers each of those days, and highs primarily in the 40s, overnight lows generally in the 20s and 30s. So looking fairly active, but none of those systems right now look like anything too significant.
All right. Thanks very much, Bill.
All right.
Still ahead tonight, the Tot Spot. The La Crosse Public Library has unveiled a brand new space reserved for busy parents and caregivers.
Visit the Early Bird Home Show, going on now at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Lowest prices of the year on your 2023 project. Windows, bathrooms, and more.
Taco John's crispy fried chicken taco is as good as it gets. But if creamy, hatch chili-filled queso makes everything better, is this taco too good? You be the judge.
Try 2 new queso fried chicken tacos for $6 at Taco John's.
Let's create your dream home at our area's only home show from the La Crosse Area Builders Association. The only home show where you'll meet over 100 businesses ready to make your home remodel dreams happen. Basement to roof, front yard to back. The only home show with Friday date night, Saturday community day, and Sunday family day. Details are at labahomeshow.com. The LABA Home Show, sponsored by Xcel Energy and Window World of La Crosse. March 24th through the 26th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
A new day has dawned on the all-new Maury's, Audi, and Volkswagen of La Crosse. Feel the luxury of Maury's Audi as soon as you enter the new state-of-the-art Audi dealership. Audi technology and style incorporated into Maury's La Crosse Audi sales and service. Maury's Volkswagen La Crosse features an upbeat, high-tech atmosphere. Having service done, enjoy our relaxing lounge as you wait. Come experience excellence at the new and improved Volkswagen of La Crosse. New building, new location, same friendly staff. Maury's Audi and Volkswagen of La Crosse.
She locked him in his room, starved her son to death. The 16-year-old boy weighed only 42 pounds when he died. She could have got 25 years, but she got lucky. Judge Janet Protasewicz set her free. No time in prison. He strangled and raped his 79-year-old aunt. He faced 25 years, but he got lucky too. Protasewicz let him off with only 5. Tell Judge Protasewicz this is not justice. Stop protecting criminals.
Shake up how you wake up with a bolder breakfast at Taco John's. Hit snooze on the same old, and bite into crispy potato olays, bacon, and nacho cheese. It's always a good day for nacho cheese.
Get 2 mean potato breakfast burritos for just $6, only at Taco John's.
Only we're with Vanderpump Rules alums Jackson Brittany sounding off on Scandival.
I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
Next, ET.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The La Crosse Public Library is making parents and guardians' lives just a little bit easier. This is the Tot Spot, a reserved workspace for caregivers. It was installed last week, and library employees say the community has already shown plenty of interest. It's equipped with everything caregivers need to get some important work done and keep an eye on the little one.
Maybe they need to apply to jobs, maybe they just need to work on the computer for a little while. And so this is a really great spot for them to come to where their child can be entertained and they can get some work done.
The 2 Tot Spots were installed last week, and library employees are thinking about expanding depending on the community interest. What a cool idea. Well, we will have a look at what's coming up at 6 when we come back, and Bill will be back in for another check of your forecast.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
Hi, I'm Rick Teska, CEO of Strive Medicare and author of this book, The Medicare Breakdown, the alphabet soup of Medicare. We talk to people every day who are overwhelmed and confused by Medicare. So I've taken 40 years of experience and questions and laid it all out in simple to easy to understand terms in the Medicare Breakdown that you can get for free at going to strivemedicare.com/book or call us at 608-784-8969 or stop by our office and get your copy today.
There were severe health complications with my baby when I was pregnant. We made the decision to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Dan Kelly doesn't believe that women should even have that freedom. On the Supreme Court, Dan Kelly will uphold the criminal ban on abortion. Someone you love might struggle with a pregnancy like I did. And that's why we can't have an extremist like Dan Kelly on the Supreme Court.
When your back pain is your foot's fault. This is Dean's story.
I had back pain, and I honestly didn't know where to go.
Until a friend suggested the Good Feet store.
She had to explain to me the feet are connected to the back.
And get this.
As soon as I put on those Good Feet arch supports, the pressure lifted off my back. It's like finding that missing puzzle piece. Like, yes, this is it.
Stop by for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford truck to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0.9% financing for 60 months, plus $3,500 in total savings on Ford F-150 XLT. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Coming up on News 8 Now at 6, 2 friends are making music in more ways than one. Luther High School seniors Jack and Cole combined their singing and guitar talents for their school talent show. Now they're building their very own instruments. We'll have more at the top of the hour.
And mostly cloudy tonight. Chance for a few rain showers, especially northern half of the Butte area. Maybe some snow showers trying to mix in far north. Lows in La Crosse, though, right around 40 degrees. Most of tomorrow dry. Another batch of rain and snow showers tomorrow night. Might linger into Thursday morning. 51 tomorrow. Highs on Thursday around 44.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bill. And thanks for joining us tonight at 5. We'll see you at 6.